Hi Karen, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk to you a little bit more about the proposed presentation I have on building productive and positive governing board superintendent relationships. What I'm recommending for the ASBA ASA Winter Conference is a variation of a presentation I gave at the 2012 ASA National Conference on Education. That was very well received at the time. About 65 folks were in attendance for that breakout session. And as I reflected on it, I thought as valuable and as pertinent it was for a superintendent audience, that I think this mixed audience, that superintendent and school board members, that'd be even more beneficial, because this is about the superintendent governing board relationship. It is based on dissertation research I conducted back in 2010 using Arizona superintendents and Arizona school board members. And what made this very unique, and it's the only thing out there that's like this, is it used SUPs and governing board members from the very same districts. So in that way it really was cutting edge, or is, I should say, cutting edge research. The question that you're probably asking is, what will audience members be able to take away from the presentation? I think audience members will be able to leave with at least three key things. One, some very solid research on this topic, which kind of just brings greater attention to the importance of the superintendent-school board relationship. I think for superintendents to be able to enact and sustain positive change, research is very clear they have to have a healthy and positive relationship with their governing board. And then we all know that the most important decision governing boards make is the decision of who they hire to be their superintendent. And so I think just bringing that attention is one thing. The second thing that folks will take away is they'll actually be able to get a look at the framework, the strategic model that I created as a result of this research, and they'll be able to kind of reflect and learn a little bit more about the dispositions and relationships that are key to a healthy superintendent-school board relationship. They'll also take away the two overarching goals that superintendents and governing boards have. So for superintendents, the key thing is developing board role understanding, and then for governing board members, that key thing is being able to trust their superintendent. It's also going to be a very interactive presentation, and one of the things audience members will have a chance to do is, in a safe environment where they're not reporting out, at the very beginning, sort of reflect and take assessment of the current relationship they have, whether it's with their superintendent or with their governing board members. And then a little later in the presentation, after they've learned a little bit more on how the research was conducted, some of the research behind it, and why this is such an important thing, they're going to have an opportunity then to actually make some commitments on how they can enhance that relationship that they currently have. I think that's very valuable, even with the most highly performing school districts that have wonderful superintendent governing board relationships, and it's certainly desperately needed for school districts where that relationship might not be quite as harmonious as they would like it to be. So I promise a really engaging interactive session. I promise something that will be very relevant for all audience members, and something that is very Arizona specific too, in that it used Arizona school boards and Arizona superintendents as the basis for the research. Thanks again for the opportunity, and I look forward to hearing from you.